I want to thank everyone for coming today. We'll go ahead and get started here. So our first speaker, invite up. Well, beforehand, I'll just say, my name's Aaron Barker. I'm the Interim Dean of Skilled Trade Industry. I'm very excited about today and am very pleased to introduce our Interim President, Lori Cluess.
Wow, just wow. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We are so excited that you can take time out of your busy schedules and join us today for the groundbreaking ceremony of our Advanced Manufacturing Lab. This has been something that we've been working on for some time, and we're so excited to have you here and join us in this celebration. I would also like to welcome and say thank you to Chancellor Malhotra, Minnesota State University, Colleges and Universities. U.S. Senator Tina Smith. St. Cloud Mayor Dave Claes. St. Cloud Technical and Community College graduate Katie Frank. And you've already met our Interim Dean of Skilled Trade and Industry, Aaron Barker. So you might be wondering, okay, it's the Advanced Manufacturing Lab, so what does that mean? Great, what does it do for the college? And more importantly, what does it do for our region and our industry partners? And I'm thinking back to something that Aaron had shared with me, and when he talked about this project in the Advanced Manufacturing Lab, and he said, this is a game changer. Now, Aaron's been here 21 years. And much of that time he has spent as an instructor in our energy and electronics program. And he's built a lot of bridges with our industry partners, and particularly in manufacturing. So when Aaron speaks, I listen. And I thought, Aaron's right. This is a game changer. This really is going to make an impact. It's a game changer because it allows us to renovate and expand almost 8,000 square feet of additional space for our advanced manufacturing programs. It's a game changer because it allows for flexible space that provides the ability for our students to move seamlessly from their individual programs of study within the advanced manufacturing areas and co-collaborate and work together and learn from each other. It provides the ability to cross-train and again to collaborate, bringing a more robust learning experience to our students who in turn bring that into the manufacturing industry. And then when they earn their credentials, they move directly into our local economic region and drive our manufacturing industry, which is a critical economic sector in St. Cloud and around the area. It's a game changer because our customized training department has expanded opportunities to work with our manufacturing partners to upskill employees that are already in the workforce in manufacturing. Those employees can't necessarily come back when we're teaching our classes. But this provides the ability for them to come back during evenings, work, maybe it's weekends, and to upskill their abilities on the latest technological equipment, which this grant provides us the opportunity to put into place. And then they bring those skills back to our manufacturing partners, and that allows our manufacturing partners to continue their status as leaders in our state, federal, and global economy. It's a game changer because it allows us to increase capacity in the existing energy and electronics program from 24 students to 48. That's a big deal for us, to be able to get 48 students in double capacity and get that many more students out into the field working. It's a game changer when you consider the existing space that we're currently in. Believe it or not, this is not one of our more attractive spaces, trust me. And as you can see, it probably needs a facelift. So it's time. This is going to become our Maker Lab space. This is the area where our students will be in the classrooms, they'll be learning, they'll be applying what they've learned on our new machinery and our equipment, and they'll come into this space and apply what they've learned in real life experiences. So we will work with our manufacturing partners who will bring real life challenges into our students. And they may say, hey, we have a piece of equipment on the production line that just really isn't very efficient. It's not reaching the productivity we hoped for. And students, we want you to come up with a solution. And our students in machining, welding, our energy and electronics, mechatronics, robotics, will all get together and they'll say, okay, how do we solve that problem? Let's try different things. And then they get to implement it. They get to go into the manufacturing plant and really see, did it work? Did what they develop and implement work? And they get to make those connections with their industry partners right there and see what happens in real life experience. So it's a win-win for all of us, and particularly for our students and their success. It's a game changer in this lovely white brick wall. So this is going to be a wall of windows. And if you look around our campus and you look at our advanced manufacturing programs, they're typically behind closed doors and behind walls. We want to open it up. We want people to walk by, and this is a very heavily trafficked hallway. We want people to look in and see what's going on. And so people that might have considered, thought, advanced manufacturing, I don't know what that is. That's not what I want to do. Might look in and say, wait, what's going on in there? That's different than what I thought it was. And now I'm interested. And then we can share that these are high demand fields with excellent job placement, livable wages that provide a sustainable lifestyle for our graduates to live, work, and raise families in our St. Cloud region. So, you might ask, how did this game changer come about? Well, about 5 years ago, Electrolux announced that they would be closing their manufacturing plant in St. Cloud. And there were concerns about what that economic impact would be in our region. Senator Smith came to St. Cloud and she met with business, industry, and community members to discuss what investment opportunities might be needed to ensure that central Minnesota, that the region remained an economic hub and driver in the state of Minnesota. As a result of those conversations, Mayor Kleiss convened a group of community members to explore investment opportunities, and we were made aware of the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration grant. Now, this grant was particularly aimed at two-year colleges, and it was for investments to drive our workforce and continued development of our workforce in the region. I would like to give a shout out to the organizations that came around the table, and we spent many hours of discussion to develop the idea for the Advanced Manufacturing Lab. So thank you to Career Solutions, the Chamber of Commerce, the City of St. Cloud Economic Development, the Department of Employment and Economic Development, the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration, the Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation, St. Cloud State University, and St. Cloud Technical and Community College. Thank you to all of you, and to our many business and industry supporters and partners who wrote letters of support for this project and who have provided input to make sure that this project is the best that it can be. It truly takes a village. So I'd also like to thank Chancellor Malhotra and the Board of Trustee members and the Vice Chancellors and their dedicated staff for their assistance in supporting this project. They are critical to the success of this project, and we absolutely cannot do it without their support. So thank you, Chancellor Malhotra. So now please join me in welcoming Chancellor Malhotra to say a few comments.
Wow, it's great to be here today. Whenever I come to St. Cloud, for me, it's like homecoming. I spent 5 years in this community and have very fond memories. And there are a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. But wow, congratulations, President Clues. Congratulations, staff and faculty of St. Cloud Technical and Community College for your vision for this advanced manufacturing facility, but more importantly, for your perseverance and hard work in bringing that vision to reality. Thank you, business and industry partners, and congratulations to you too for your strong partnership with us in educating our students. For too long, the partnership with business and industry and higher education has been transactional. We educate the students who ultimately end up working for you. But I think of late what has happened, and this is a great example of that this partnership with business and industry is becoming transformative, where they are active partners with us in developing facilities and in developing programming which will ultimately produce the needed leaders, talent, and the workforce which Minnesota needs. We not only have to focus on the future of work, but with your help, we will also focus on the work of the future. And again, this advanced manufacturing facility is a great example as to how we align our work with what is coming down the pike. And in that regard, I bring greetings today, President Klus, from 32 other very vibrant institutions within the state of Minnesota, state colleges and universities, and their good wishes and their good luck to you as you embark on this journey in transforming this facility into something which is magical. Facilities like the advanced manufacturing facility, which has been conceptualized, they are more than bricks and mortar. I call them dream factories because they open the doors of hope and opportunity to all Minnesotans. And in that regard, I think again, I'm looking forward to working closely with President Klus, faculty and staff, St. Cloud Technical and Community College community, my other colleagues, both all through the system of Minnesota state colleges and universities and industry partners as we bring this advanced manufacturing facility online and provide our students a vibrant educational experience which they need and deserve. We finally have in higher education recognized that all learning doesn't occur in our classrooms. There is learning which is occurring well outside the classroom. There is learning occurring every day in our workplaces. And again, this facility brings all of those partners in the education of our students together. And it is, for me, a sense of joy, but most importantly, it's also a sense of pride in the work and passion and commitment of our faculty and staff. So thank you. Thank you, St. Cloud Technical and Community College community, and all the other partners. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize my colleagues and President Wacker from St. Cloud State University. For this region, for these communities, these two institutions are the 1-2 punch. We take a lot of pride in our value proposition to this region and to these communities. We indeed want to be not just in these communities, we want to be of and for these communities. So thank you again for your partnership, and congratulations to the faculty and staff and to the students who will walk through this advanced manufacturing facility.
Thank you, Chancellor Maldred. As I mentioned earlier, Senator Smith did come to visit us, and we really appreciated her visit, her encouragement, and her help to make sure that we had investments in our local region. I've always appreciated the help and support that Senator Smith has given us, and she has always been available to us to really work within our community. So thank you so much. Please join me in welcoming Senator Smith.
Thank you. Thank you so much, President Klus, and to all of our illustrious speakers here today, and especially to the students and faculty and staff that are all gathered here today. And I would also like to thank our interpreter, who I can see is signing as quickly as she can with all of the fast-speaking speakers. Congratulations to all of you on the groundbreaking of this incredible facility that I know will be worthy of the incredibly talented, dedicated students that will be here, as well as the amazing businesses that are so eager to hire people coming out of this institution with the training and the skills that they need. I was so proud. It seems as if President Klus, there was quite a village that was gathered together to figure out how to put this together. And I remember quite well that meeting that we had when we understood what was going to be happening with Electrolux, to kind of recommit ourselves to the work that we were all going to want to do together in this community. So I'm really proud to have played a role in making sure that the federal government was a good partner in this village by contributing $2.5 million in Economic Development Administration loans to help fuel this terrific project. And this is exactly what we should be doing, right? I mean, this is about investing in our workforce, which is empowering people and empowering communities. It is about creating a pathway for people to find fulfilling work that is what they want to do, what they love, and also can sustain their families, and then that sustains their community. This lab is going to directly support the incredible entrepreneurial businesses in this community that are crying out for the talent that they need to be able to grow and to continue to contribute. And as I think particularly about what a hub, what an economic hub this region of the state is, to be able to have the educational infrastructure that we have here already, but is going to be so enhanced by this manufacturing lab, is just really exciting. I want everyone to think also for a minute that in August of this year, Congress passed and President Biden signed into law a significant bipartisan piece of legislation to revitalize domestic manufacturing, to strengthen domestic supply chains, and to accelerate investment in industries of the future. This is one of the most significant pieces of industrial policy that we have done in our country in decades, bipartisan. It relates directly to what is happening here. That bill, which is called the CHIPS and Science Act, will create a new opportunity to bring manufacturing back to the United States, whether it is semiconductor chips or batteries or you name it. And it also invests strongly in the STEM programming and the workforce training and certification programs that we need so that the people in this country are ready to fill those manufacturing jobs as they're created. The power of what that law will accomplish, we see right here already, and what you are doing at St. Cloud Tech. So I'm extremely excited about it. I really believe that we are on the brink of a renaissance of manufacturing in the United States. And this lab is showing exactly what that can look like, and it is a model for what we need to be doing all over the country and all over the state. I also just want to, before I close, pay tribute to the work of Minnesota State and all of the colleges and campuses throughout Minnesota State. You are in the business of meeting the needs and creating opportunities for a rich and diverse and asset-filled group of students that are looking for opportunities to stay in this community and to contribute to this community. I want to note that here at St. Cloud Tech, nearly 30% of the students are students of color, and 70% of St. Cloud Tech students come from around these counties, these 6 counties, and they want to stay in this community, and they want to contribute to this economy, and you are helping to make that happen. So it's tremendously exciting. I am so glad to be here as part of this groundbreaking. I'm sort of relieved that there aren't shovels and hats also, I have to say, because I know that that'll happen. But I look forward to returning when the ribbons are cut and to continuing to celebrate the huge contributions that you all are making individually and collectively to this great community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Senator Smith. We're so happy you could be with us today. I would also like to introduce St. Cloud Mayor Dave Place. Dave was instrumental in bringing us together and convening the group. So Dave, could you share a few words?
Well, thank you, Lori, and congratulations to the students and the faculty and everyone. And you know, it's great. This is kind of a unique situation because you're normally, and Devinder, you know this, normally when you're in these situations, you squeeze people in a room that doesn't look very attractive and you get them all in it tight when you're looking for funding. You already got the funding, so we could have had a bigger room and had a little bit more room, but that's fine. It worked well, and it's great to see all the faces here today. A lot of partners, a lot of folks that we work with that were part of that group, and I remember that very well because we. In fact, Senator Smith, I appreciate we reached out. You brought somebody from the federal EDA from Chicago that was at that meeting that we had. And this shows how long ago it was. It was in a room that is been completely demolished. It was in the old City Hall. It doesn't even exist anymore. That's how long ago it was. But it was the collaborative effort that I see in this community time and time again. When there's a challenge in this community, folks get together, and it's usually the partners at our state and our federal level and our local community. I can go all the way back to when Finger Hut closed, this community came together. In fact, we used that Finger Hut closing as a model when we brought folks together at City Hall a few years ago when Electrolux. We had the same situation. We learned that we work together, we collaborate well together, so we brought folks together, a lot of the people that are in this room that were mentioned, and that effort, and that's something I really like about this community, and it's something that makes this community livable, is the fact that we work together, we get things done, and we achieve a lot together. And the industry and higher education and the city and the state and the federal government work together, especially when we need to move our community forward. And when it comes to manufacturing, that's a big portion of our market here. And there is not a day that goes by that I don't talk to somebody, and I've been a business owner in this area, not in manufacturing, but for 32 years, there's not an employer in this community that isn't looking for somebody to work. It's that collaborative effort, getting folks trained and into those jobs are so important. So thank you, students. You're the folks that are going to continue to lead this community forward, and it's great that you have a facility. Look forward to breaking ground and looking forward to cutting ribbon and even having more opportunities to work and collaborate together. So congratulations, Lori, and to your team here and to the students. Good day to break ground, and it'll be a great opportunity to see this finished and future development that we have in this community. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Place. You know, one thing that I forgot to mention, Allison Wagner reminded me that October is Manufacturing Month. So how apt is this that we're having a groundbreaking and advanced manufacturing lab in Manufacturing Month? I wish we could say we planned it, but we didn't. So. I would like to introduce Katie Frank. Katie has not one, not two, but 3 degrees from our advanced manufacturing programs here at St. Cloud Technical and Community College. And Katie has been a great resource to us. She's actually back here at the college. She is working for the college, and she is a liaison to our business and industry partners. So please join me in welcoming Katie Frank.
During my freshman year of high school, one of my teachers at my former high school was going to be starting a VEX Robotics Club. I joined a team, and I competed on that team for all 4 years of high school. While I was in high school, I took various tech ed classes, such as woodshop, welding, and robotics. I was prepared to be the only female in many of those classes, or at least one of a few females. However, I was the only female in one of my woodshop classes. Being the only female was often a challenge, as I was excluded from projects with students. When I needed help with something, no one would want to help me unless the instructor would ask them to. I was concerned this would be a common occurrence in future classes in high school and college. While my robotics team was competing at various tournaments in Minnesota, Aaron Barker had talked about energy and electronics program here at St. Cloud Technical and Community College. After researching and learning more about the program, I decided I wanted to obtain a robotics and automation technology AAS. During my first semester at SCTCC, I decided to add both mechatronics and instrumentation and process control degrees to my coursework. I also joined and competed on SCTCC's VEX U team. I had a great experience being a student in SCTCC's Energy and Electronics program. Even though I was the only female in some of my classes, my classmates were always very willing to help everyone in the class, myself included. I was very happy to have a very different experience than I did in high school. I enjoyed being in VEX Robotics in high school very much, and would go to some of the local middle schools and elementary schools to give robotics demonstrations and speeches about different STEM careers. While I was in college, I volunteered as an assistant robotics coach for my former high school. I also volunteered at local and online robotics tournaments as a judge and judge advisor. After graduating from SCTCC, I obtained a job in the manufacturing industry. I continued to volunteer at VEX Robotics events throughout the state and learned Aaron Barker would be stepping into the interim dean of skilled trades and industry role, which meant he would be taking a step back from VEX Robotics. A job posting went up for a VEX Robotics coordinator position at SCTCC. I was encouraged to apply for the position and was thrilled when I was hired. I currently work at SCTCC as the VEX Robotics coordinator, where I help to organize, plan, and run the Minnesota VEX Robotics State Championships, coordinate the Central and Southern trailer systems, and run summer robotics camps for students. I also participate in STEAM outreach activities to spread awareness of VEX Robotics, SCTCC STEAM programs, and possible career paths to people, especially females and BIPOC in the St. Cloud area. The degrees I earned here at SCTCC helped me obtain a job that I enjoy, as well as allowing me to help others pursue their dreams. I am very, very excited to see all the possibilities this advanced manufacturing lab opens up for people, not just in the St. Cloud area, but the entire state, as well as any other students that are interested in coming to SCTCC. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Now you see why we hired her. She's been an outstanding addition. So that concludes this portion of our program. We are now going to move outside. Fortunately, it's really nice outside where we get to wear the hats and do the shovels. So we will be moving outside. Please watch your step when you go out. When you come back in, there are refreshments in the back. Make sure to check out my favorite. They're branded cookies, and they're really good. I love those. So help yourself to refreshments when you come back in, visit. And then at 2 o'clock, there are also tours available if anyone's interested. And people doing tours, are you in the room? They're waving their hands back there. So Nate and Sean, if anyone's interested in a tour. So please join us outside, and we look forward to seeing you next fall when we do the ribbon cutting. Thank you so much.